Hi Capricorn, it's your girl NeenaRose coming at you for your Blam. It's on for February 3rd, 2020. Hope all is well with you all. I want to thank you all for your like, share, and subscribe and just rocking with me. And just, just bringing in this 2020 like no other, And with that, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to do some bonus blams is on I guess for Friday. What's that, the 7th or the 8th? I'm gonna do some bonus definitely for you all, because you all been going hard with the blams. And what else? I just want to thank everybody for their patronage at the website, purchasing the extendeds for the love and romance and for the finance careers. Just supporting the RoseTribe, period. Even the donations through the Cash App and things of that nature. So, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. So let's see what's up here. We have impatience as the chakra, as the leading chakra that came out, and facade. Facade actually came out first. Impatience, guilt, and facade. That's too many. I have the deck here. Okay. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started here. So with impatience, guilt, and facade, I feel like what you're looking at, and with facade in the upright is the only one in the upright. So that means basically a lot of you may be dealing with some self-esteem issues on how people may be viewing you or how they're going to view you. Because some of you may start speaking your truth about some things that may have happened in childhood. I feel like it's coming up now. It's been coming up, but I feel like a lot of you are dealing with some things that have been plaguing you for years, because you have impatience and guilt here. And I feel like with impatience and guilt, it has a lot to do with what's really been going on. Like some of you are actually dealing with what happened, and you're no longer feeling guilty about something somebody else did to you. I feel like they manipulated you, they played games, and also had a thing where I think it was to the point where they may have had you giving them an answer. Like with impatience here, a lot of you may have struggled with like the outcome of a situation, like somebody waiting on an answer, so you probably dealt with anxiety. This situation was not only problematic, but it was a traumatic experience. So it was more so like a person made you think you was giving consent, but they made you say yes. Like, yeah, okay, I do it, that type of thing. And that led into your adult life. And I feel like a lot of you are actually confronting this mask that you've been wearing. Especially for those of you that may be dealing with this. Like I say, I really feel like this is an energy of you've been wearing a mask for so long, but you realize and you get triggered with impatience and anxiety because of what somebody imposed on you as a child, as a youth. Some of you was like 8, 9, and some of you was like 15, 16. Like somebody tried to actually make you give them an answer that they wanted to hear without you thinking about it. So that caused, and it's been a trigger in your life. Like let's say like somebody say, hey, you got the job. And then it's like, but we need an answer by Friday, so that sends you that this was a trigger. And I feel like a lot of you are actually facing that this week. You're facing this, like you're actually looking at it and accepting what it did so that you can actually grow beyond it, grow past it, is what I'm getting. You also have completion and gossip. With gossip's in the reverse. So some of you are coming out of gossip. Like I said, I feel like this may have been some family issues where you honestly or this could be at the job. I'm also hearing too, where some of you, some people may be gossiping about some things that are no longer in existence, that are no longer an issue, but they're gossiping about you behind your back. And like I'm hearing that maybe some of you at school, there may have been gossip among the adults when you was a child, and like that ain't that somebody, your daddy, such and such your daddy, or your mama didn't really want you, or that family who raised you is not your family. That's the people that just took you in. I feel like you are honestly dealing with some completion this week, some heavy completion too. I said some heavy. Like I say, with this facade, I'm really just getting this energy that you all are facing some things that's been dealing with your self-esteem, things of that nature that actually poked at you as a child. And then I feel like with this gossip, you probably hearing people gossip about you as a child, and you're actually laying some things to rest, or somebody may be getting laid to rest that did this to you. And some of you may be dealing with some traditional thoughts, may have been taught to you by your parents, whoever raised you, and you consider a parent, as some people believe, some people have a grandparent and call them mom and dad, that type of energy, or aunt and uncle, and you call them mom and dad, but whatever, I'm just feeling a parental figure here has actually, it's like some things that went on has honestly coming to a completion. I feel like it's being laid to rest here. I don't feel like this was a growth process, like a growth. I feel like this is something that's being laid to rest this week. And I feel like it's some thoughts, ideas, some preconceived notions of yourself that's not good. Some of you may be coming into being honest, maybe opening the door to some honesty, and leaving the gossip at bay. And actually, some of you may be giving somebody a chance that you never gave a chance before. Some of you may be just coming clean. Like I said, I feel like the mask is coming off in something, whether you was a victim or you may have victimized somebody. I feel like a mask is coming off in this area. And then you have two solar plexus here, both in the upright, which is miracle and enlightenment. So with miracle, it's almost as if you may be praying for something to manifest. You're looking for something to manifest in your life and it hasn't yet. And even with enlightenment, it's facing a fear. Facing a fear of some things that you want. But like I feel like at this point, things are being hindered or held up because you haven't faced the fear. And some of you may be looking for a miracle in a certain area. And you may be calling it a miracle, but it just may be looking to be blessed in a certain area. That's how I look at miracles. It may be a miracle in your life, but somebody else may not see it as a miracle. But you may feel like it's a miracle because you've been praying for it for so long, or you never believe that you can get it, because the solar plexus, the yellow chakra, deals with the energy of self-esteem, how I feel about myself, where I'm going with this here. And I feel like a lot of you are going to face some self-inflicted fears based off of maybe some traumatic experiences, because that's what enlightenment is. In the upright is facing fears. And I feel like this week here you may face some fears and maybe even coming clean, or somebody may come clean to you about something and you be like, whoa, because sometimes I don't see despondence here, I don't see depression here, but sometimes finding out information, facing fears, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming at first, and we may go into depression, at some point. We may go into depression, we may go into feeling in dismay, things of that nature. And you don't want to be in that energy too long, because once you figure out something or the truth to something, once you get wind of what really went on, that gives you the freedom to be. And we don't want to take the freedom from ourselves, but sometimes we do unknowingly. We just feel like, man, I may have done this and shouldn't have done this. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like this facade, because that was the first card out, which is also, like I said, this is also solar plexus energy. So I feel like this is energy of peace and stability, you know, of what's to really come. And again, at the bottom of the chakra deck, we have quest. And I feel like a lot of you are actually basically getting prepared to ask where you should be, where you should go, and do the things that it takes to actually get to the next level, you know, which would be more like whatever it's going to take, whatever may have been blocking you. Could have been forgiveness, unforgiveness, deception, not having peace within because some things may be unsettled with other individuals. And some things may not have to go to that person. Some things you can just go to the Creator on. But if you still don't have peace after you go to the Creator on a situation, you may need to talk to that individual, especially if you're on talking terms. See, some things it's hard to, you may go a while without talking to somebody, and then like, because y'all may be on the outs, right? And then like, once you get a peace about it, because some things are not going to come back around, you may not even see them for years, and then all of a sudden, once you get a peace about it, you start seeing them places. So that means the avenue, the door may be open now to get peace in the 3D, in the natural. And I feel like some of you may be getting that this week. You know, you may be, the mask is coming off on some things, and then you're going to maybe bump into somebody to where the mask can come off about something that was going on. There may have been a misconception or some gossip surrounding a death, a real death. You know, there may be some things going on that just did not sit well. At the same time, where exactly are you going? You know, but I feel like this is a fear that you will be facing. Something that has been set up to be taboo, that you can't touch, you can't explore, you know. And you may be wishing for a miracle in this area, and this miracle may be just getting peace. Like I said, to somebody else it may seem like nothing, but to you it's just like actually receiving a miracle, Capricorn. What we have here under the Journey Oracle that came out is choosing your path. All is possible. So it has a lot, the Traveler's Oracle, I'm sorry. We have a lot going on that we have to really understand, that we have to choose our path. And we choose our path with the decisions that we make. So I feel like a lot of things that are going on, we're not really choosing. We may have chosen a path from 5 years ago. It wasn't a direct link to the path, but it was like we made an option that took us off the path, and then now we done thought about a choice, a decision that we made, and we got to get back on the path. You know, we have different choices to make in our path. Everything is not just blam, thank you ma'am, right there in the pathway, you know. We have fogged in here, go slow, take time. So a lot of you may be having like a little cloudy judgment about some things that went on. Your perception may be a little off because you may have felt guilt. You may have felt guilt and shame about some things that went on in the past, and maybe was impatient about things coming to a head at one point. With both of these in the reverse, it seems like you've done some soul searching, and you're no longer feeling guilty about the things that you may have said or done that may have gotten you where you are today. So it's like, you know, I have to choose a path, and at some point I have to choose myself. I feel like, you know, a lot of you may be going in a direction of really giving up some hurt and pain that may have been inflicted upon you by someone that's no longer here. And I also feel like a lot of you are going to choose to heal yourself, as opposed to allowing others to inflict their hurt and pain on you as they have done previously. Like, I'll let you do this, you know, but it's not something that's discussed. It's almost as if like, well, I'll just be your pincushion. I'll be your punching bag, you know, type of energy, you know, just kind of like, I feel like this week here, the mask falls off and you're no longer dealing in that arena to be anybody's punching bag, anybody's whatever, just not, whatever's not working for you. It's just like this week is like, I know why I accept what I accept from you now. That's the energy. I know why I accept why I do what I do now. Some of you going to get that epiphany this week where I know why I do the things I do now. Because this was inflicted upon me when I was a child. So the negative traits and the manipulation, the deception that may be coming from you, it was inflicted upon you, so you give it out too. The last Traveler's Oracle we have is miracles. Expect the wonders to emerge. So from facing fears and dealing with things that are going on, expect a wonderful situation to emerge. Growth. You know, being able to stand in the midst of adversity. Because a lot of times when we go through things, we kind of like don't even deal with adversity at hand, at face to face. You know, we just kind of just keep moving and just don't even care, you know, to do what it takes to get to the next level. We don't care. I really feel like a lot of you are going to let go of some things that are no longer serving you. And at this point, and it's a lot of reconnecting with the past that's about to take place right now, Capricorn. And that's the only way that you're going to be able to release is what I'm hearing. Like, it's just at this point, this is the only way I'm going to be able to release, so that you can get on your true path. Because I feel like a lot of you are dealing with people and you're steady wondering, why am I dealing with you? But you seem so familiar. Well, that's the familiar spirits from your past, from your lineage, the generational curses. That's why you're dealing with a lot of these people, because of what's been familiar to you for so long. So we're going to pray now. Creator, I come to you and I thank you for Capricorn. I thank you for a mind to change. I thank you for a mind to grow. I speak that the miracles will not slip through their fingers, and that they will expect the wonders to emerge from facing the fears, facing the trauma, facing the heartache, the pain. I speak that they pull out these things and they face them in their times of meditation, prayer, and they come to you when they're triggered, when they're hurt, that they pay attention to the things that are going on around them so they can see that they've actually grown and blossomed and come out. I speak that they come into self-knowledge and give the positive affirmation so they can continue to grow. Speak who they are to themselves so no one else will have to pump and prime them. I speak that they will choose their path wisely, and all choices add up to their path. And they can't choose what they went through, because what they went through made them. I speak that they continue to let go, as they already have, with guilt and impatience in the reverse. They've already walked through the fire and recognized that the shame ain't on me, shame on you. Selah. Capricorn, I just thank you for your growth and your time. And I thank you all for your patronage to the channel. And I just thank you for just, wanting to heal and wanting to change, Y'all be good. Check out your other signs if need be, or just check the other signs out. And, you may be in need of that prayer, Y'all have a good one. This is your girl, NeenaRose, coming at you for your Blam. It's on. And y'all be safe and do what it do.